taas ng consumption by 10 hanggang 40% ng elektrisidad during the dry season due to the increase in usage of cooling appliances. Good thing, Meralco recently announced a big-time rollback in its April rate. Mahigit piso kada per kilowatt hour ang ibinaba ng kanilang electricity rates nitong Abril, ang isa sa pinakamataas in recent years. This is very timely and a huge relief for our consumers at this time. Let's get down to the details of this rate adjustment and how Meralco is preparing to fulfill reliable services its customers during the dry season. We have today the Vice President and Head of Corporate Communications of Meralco, Sir Joe Zaldarriaga, or aka Manong Joe. Manong Joe, kumusta? Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Komfie. It's a pleasure to be here, and I just like to greet all of your viewers and all the katribos with us this morning.
Well, magandang umaga rin sa inyo, Manong Joe, at maraming salamat at pinunlakan mo ang aming imbitasyon ngayong Lunes na pagkainit-init. At unang-una, gusto namin magpasalamat sa good news na ibinigay nyo
Yes.
ngayong Abril sa mataas na ng singili sa kuryente. A reduction of almost 1 peso per kilowatt hour in the April rates. Can you tell us Manong Joe, what drove Meralco to arrive at this big time rollback, and how will this
Okay.
impact yung customers ng Meralco?
Well, I'm confirming what you mentioned earlier. That there really is a significant reduction of almost 1 peso per kilowatt hour. To be exact, it's rounding it off. It's 99
Mm.
centavos in the April electricity rates, and it will eventually be reflected in the bills of our customers. So for those consuming typical customer consuming 200 kilowatt hours a month, the adjustment is equivalent to a decrease of around 198 pesos or close to 200 pesos in their total electricity bill, assuming that the consumption in the March supply month is equal to that of the consumption in the February supply month. So it's an apples to
Mhm.
apples comparison. Uh, the substantial reduction effectively wiped out the increases which started this
Mhm.
year, and bringing the year-to-date adjustment to a net decrease of
Mhm.
around 30 centavos per kilowatt hour. So we really feel, given the situation we are in now, that this is hopefully a huge relief for consumers, especially at this time, Comfy, when most of our customers, you and I included, I am assuming would use more cooling appliances longer in terms of the duration, and perhaps almost on a daily basis. Kasi makikita mo naman ngayon, hindi lang temperatura ang titingnan mo
Mhm.
kundi yung heat index.
Mhm. Mhm.
The heat index has really been soaring, and so for some, it's really just a matter of not only of being able to cope, but a matter of survival. We know the implications or the consequences of a heat stroke,
Mhm.
and we are well aware of the health uh, problems that may emanate from it. So it would be best to, one, be always hydrated, and two, to make sure that our temperatures at home is at levels that is acceptable to us
Mhm.
in terms of comfort and being able to cope with the very warm temperatures.
Yeah, actually tama ka, Manong John, 'no? Hindi lang mo ngayon hinahabaan yung paggamit ng mga cooling device, kundi pa at full capacity, 'di ba? Unlike before na puwede nga sa air condition mo na low capacity ka lang, ngayon kailangan mong i-medium or high pa dahil mainit talaga, 'di ba? In fact, sabi mo nga, 'di ba, yung health, 'di ba last year merong mga bata, I think 14 years old, yung pinakabatang na heat stroke na estudyante, 'no? Na dahil sa heat index na nararamdaman natin. At maraming salamat sa Meralco na sa balitang 'yan, 'no, na at least ngayon na-wipe out niyo yung na-wipe out natin tinaas ng kuryente magmula itong January hanggang April sa one time big time na almost 1 peso, sabi mo nga 99 centavo na rate reduction. So, Manong Joe, um, we have been telling can you tell us that can you tell us na more about what you have been doing so far to ensure the reliability naman ng electricity supply. Alam na din natin na isa pa sa problema natin during summer ay yung supply ng kuryente dahil yung mga natin mga power plants are also working at full capacity, and madami sa kanila ang ilan sa kanila ay mayroong risk na na mag-bog down. At kung mangyari yun, ano yung ginagawa ng Meralco para ma-ensure na hindi maapektuhan yung supply ng kuryente during the summer season?
Let me first put things in context, Komfie. Based on the data that we have, this is historical data that we collated. It simply shows that there really is a surge in consumption of up to 40% during the summer months due to, as I mentioned earlier, more usage in terms of our household appliances. And I am assuming similar behavior in commercial and industrial establishments. So we have been telling our customers and stakeholders that we are doing a lot in terms of addressing the expected increased demand in electricity. That's why we are in constant coordinations with all the stakeholders in the energy family, of course led by the Department of Energy, to ensure the delivery of adequate, reliable, stable, and continuous supply to our customers during these critical summer months. So when we talk about critical summer months, we're talking about March all the way towards perhaps the first week of July. In fact, part of our initiative are two main endeavors. One is to be able to ensure we have enough supply. Second one is on demand side management, that which requires a lot of cooperation among various stakeholders. So in terms of supply, we obtained additional capacity or supply through a series of what we term a competitive selection process. This is actually a bidding process being done by Meralco to get the least cost and encourage many generators to participate in the bidding process. And since it is a bidding process, we are able to obtain the least cost that is mandated from us as a distribution utility. And recently, we secured an additional 400 megawatts interim power supply through a recently concluded CSP. Also, I would just like to mention that this is subject to the approval of the regulator and the Energy Regulatory Commission. And under the bidding process, as I mentioned, the objective is really to secure the least cost, yung pinakamura halaga among all the generators who will participate. So this is really to augment the current supply we have in the critical dry months. As you know, as I've mentioned in the past, we have both the legacy independent power producers contracts, and we have the recently concluded over the past few years the power supply agreements with various suppliers, generators who we entered into contracts with. So these are bilateral contracts, all subject to the approval of the regulator before we are able to implement and buy from them. Second is we obtain part of our sourcing from the wholesale electricity spot market. As you know, the WESM is where these generators, both in terms of the extra capacity of the plants that have bilateral contracts and the merchant plants who have probably no current contracts can sell their output to that market. And as far as Meralco is concerned, we source part of our requirements from that. But our strategy there is to refrain from buying when it is high and buy when it is low, so that we're able to achieve what we technically call, in terms of our sourcing strategy, the least cost possible. Now, on the demand side management of the issue, we continue to advocate for the expanded participation in the interruptible load program. This is a program meant to encourage big ticket customers, industrial and commercial establishments who have their own power supply through their generator sets to refrain from tapping into the Meralco system and instead use their own supply once the grid hits the critical yellow alert level. And so this has worked over the past decade and has been proven and reliable demand side management initiative for us. At least it spares the households who don't have their own backup supply from these interruptions. And another initiative that we've really undertaken is to be able to come up with an aggressive energy efficiency campaign, make energy efficiency a way of life. Hindi po kami talaga tumitigil na i-communicate yan o ipaalam yan sa mga kababayan natin sapagkat yung pong kaya nating matipid na kuryente, kung pagsasama-samahin po natin yan, kahit pa paano may impact po yan sa kabuang demand, no? Lalo na ang tinitingnan natin kasi Komfie ay yung buwan ng Mayo where peak demand usually surges. And that is usually also the height of the heat index in the country, no? Not only in the Meralco franchise but all over the country. So, yan mga pinaghahandaan natin. Hopefully makatawid tayo just as we have always done in the past.
Tama-tama nga. In fact, ngayon, since last week, maraming mga klase ang suspended dahil sa init. At nabanggit mo, Manong Joe, kanina yung CSP, no, na isa sa mga strategy ng Meralco to get the least cost ng supply ng kuryente. Can you explain to our publisher, to our readers and viewers kung paano nakatutulong yung CSP to democratize yung supply ng kuryente at paano nakikinabang ang mga consumers sa estratehiya ng Meralco na ipabid ang pag-supply ng kuryente. At pangalawa, yung strategy rin ng Meralco na to buy to limit o to manage yung pagbili ng supply ng kuryente sa WESM. Ano yung mga stratehiyang to, itong mga specific strategies na to na nakatutulong ng direkta sa ating mga consumers?
Well, as I've mentioned, our mandate is to really obtain power supply at the least cost possible. Goes without saying, that's really our obligation to all our customers. Now, the CSP, as I've explained in the past, is a bidding process wherein we encourage all the possible generators to participate in the bidding process. And there is a levelized cost of electricity that we set just so they have guidance insofar as how much their pricing will be. And so far, we have really obtained the least cost from all the participants. There is no other way, Komfie, except through this bidding process because this is what is allowed under the law. And it really undergoes a stringent process which is required from government. And it is also government through the Energy Regulatory Commission who will approve eventually the winning bid, the price of the winning bidder. So wala talagang ibang pupuntahan ito kundi yung pinakamababang halaga sa kuryente. At masiguro mo rin na yung mababang halaga ng kuryente na yun ay mai-deliver itong mga nanalo doon sa bidding process. So we have actually historically achieved that already. And we intend to continue given the parameters set by.
So, ibig sabihin, ginagawa ng Meralco yung lahat para makabili ng murang supply ng kuryente at maipasa rin itong mababang supply na ito sa ating mga consumers.
O kasi fiduciary responsibility mo yan, Komfie. Yan yung inatas sa'yo bilang distribution utility, ano ba yung unang-una, yung pinakamababang halaga na kaya maibigay sa customers sa pamamagitan ng isang fair bidding process, which is the competitive selection process. Pangalawa, masiguro na walang patid yung supply ng kuryente. Hindi naman pwedeng over a period of time lang yung bibigay mo araw-araw na parang nirarasyon niya. Hindi pwede yun. Kailangan yan 24/7. And Meralco, historically, has been able to provide that. Ang nagkakaroon lang kumisa ng confusion, nakala nila yung mga upgrading at maintenance works dahil sa kakulangan ng supply. Hindi po. Ginagawa namin yan para masiguro namin na yung facilities namin are in tip-top condition and that we're able to ensure the reliability of our distribution backbone system. So temporarily, sa mga ilang pocket areas, tinatanggal muna namin service ng kuryente kasi hindi ka naman pwede magpalit ng poste o magpalit ng transformer o magkadkad ng bagong linya nang hindi mo temporarily tinatanggalan ng service ng kuryente. So minsan napapalaki yung issue, kaya ako, sana sa hingin ko na rin ang tulong sa Daily Tribune, paliwanag sa ating mga kababayan na iba itong maintenance at upgrading ng mga facilities na Meralco dun sa power supply issue. Wala po tayong kakulangan sa supply ng kuryente. As we speak, Komfie, we are able to provide 24/7 service to all our customers.
At maraming salamat sa paglilinaw na yan. At kailangan din natin linawin sa ating mga customers, sa ating mga readers na yung maintenance at upgrade ng system ng Meralco, iba po yun sa upgrade at maintenance naman ng mga power plants. Ang Meralco po ay kapag may brownout po, hindi lahat Meralco may kasalanan yan.
Usually walang nagme-maintain ng power plants pag summer.
Bawal sila, di ba, mag-maintain pag summer eh.
Pine-maintain nila yan during the tinatawag na off-peak months na mababa ang demand. Hindi ka pwede mag-maintain ngayon na ang taas ng requirements sa capacity. Hindi talaga kakayanin. So what do these power plant operators do? They do their maintenance during the low demand months. So I'm talking of from perhaps August all the way towards February. Doon mo gawin yung maintenance mo para pagdating ng summer, lahat tayo umaandar. Lahat ng mga planta kaya mag-deliver ng electricity. So that's what is being done historically as well.
Yeah.
And kaya nga kami, yung mga suppliers namin, we are really in constant coordination with all of them in ensuring that we are able to deliver what is required from us, even if we have no control over these power plants. At least there is that very strict and constant coordination from them that there will be no problems or unforced outages. Kasi diyan nagkakaroon ng problema yung mga hindi naka-schedule tapos bigla mawawala, ma-offline. Doon tayo nagkakaroon ng problema. So we're trying to minimize that in our own way to be able to really coordinate very closely with all our suppliers.
Yeah. At kailangan din lang maintindihan ng mga consumers natin na hindi po lahat ng brownout ay Meralco ang may dahilan. Minsan pa may kasalanan ay mga power plants tulad ng nangyari sa Negros. Bawal lang po ang nag-breakdown nun. Anyway mga katribu, maganda yung ating diskusyonan tungkol sa ating kuryente at maraming salamat ulit sa Meralco at sa malaking pagbaba ng presyo ng kuryente ngayong critical na mga buwan, no. At magbabalik po tayo magkakaroon po tayo ng commercial break at magbabalik po muli ang Business Sense.
And this break is brought to you by Angkas, Beat the Traffic, Bayad Center, #Bigger Better Younger Bayad, and you can buy it all. Globe, atin ang mundo. Meralco, ang liwanag ng bukas. SM, we've got it all for you. Smart, live more today. Union Bank, it starts with you.
Infuse yourself with the knowledge needed to hone your business skills. Business Sense, a show where we engage with entrepreneurs, startups, and MSMEs in meaningful discussions on business growth and current marketing trends. Airs every Monday, 10 a.m., only on Daily Tribune's Facebook page and Tribune Now on YouTube. Tune in to Daily Tribune's show aimed at addressing the needs and problems of our OFWs from different corners of the globe. Hear about their plights and success stories every Tuesday and Thursday, 3 p.m., only on Daily Tribune's Facebook page and Tribune Now on YouTube.
Straight Talk dives deep into present issues of leadership, politics, business, and more. Engage in insightful conversations with industry shakers, government leaders, and trailblazers every Wednesday at 10 a.m. only here on Daily Tribune's Facebook page and Tribune Now in YouTube.
And we're back and you're still watching Business Sense. Mga katribo, kayo na, pinag-usapan natin. At again, no, gusto natin magpasalamat sa Meralco para sa almost piso kada kilowatt hour na pagbaba ng kuryente ngayong Abril. At sana magtuloy-tuloy ito hanggang mga susunod pang buwan. At sinabi nga ni Manong Jo kung paano ito nagagawa. Una-una, bumibili sila ng pinakamababang supply ng kuryente para maipasa ito ng mas mababa rin sa ating mga consumers. Ngayon kayo naman, ng job, binanggit mo yung demand side management, no? At isa sa mga programa ng Meralco is to encourage, lalong-lalo na yung mga malalaking mga negosyo, mga kumpanya na may kakayahang siguro mag-install ng mga solar power or kaya magkaroon ng sarili ng mga generators na gamitin itong mga to, lalong-lalo na sa mga peak season, sabi mo nga, itong May talagang ito yung magiging peak season, peak demand ng kuryente. Para kung sakaling numipis yung supply sa merkado ng ating kuryente ay hindi mawawalan ng yung ating mga household consumers ng kuryente. At nabanggit mo rin at inassure mo tayo na wala tayong problema sa supply ngayong buwan na to. So Manang Jo, paano nakakatulong itong programa? At alam din natin na meron din bang programa yung Meralco na kapag meron kang kaya mong mag-produce ng kuryente sa sarili mong sa bakuran o bahay at meron kang sobra, pwede mong ibenta to sa di ba, sa Meralco, sa grid. Paano to? Paano tong sistemang to?
Well, I think ang binabanggit ni Komfie is the net metering program. These are for households who have their own rooftop solar panels. And they apply for a net metering system para mai-export naman nila yung sobra nilang nakukuha from their own supply. And I know of some cases wherein yung customer halos walang binabayaran na sa kanilang bill kasi nakakapag-export sila ng mabuti.
Yeah, I know some friends na ganun, wala sa binabayaran. Isa kumikita pa yata sila
So, that's may investment lang yan talaga. No? I mean, it's not, let me put it this way, it's not cheap, so to speak. No?
Yeah,
medyo may amount involved na kailangan mong tingnan yung return on investment mo. Kasi medyo may presyo din na kailangan kang i-consider when you install solar panels. But we have a subsidiary that can help you. Siguro pwede mong i-guess yan, yung Spectrum, M-Spectrum. It's our rooftop solar subsidiary. They are experts in terms of installing and making sure, kasi kailangan sa solar installation Komfie, number one, safety. Kailangan masiguro mo na safe yung installation at saka yung mismong materials na gagamitin mo. And second is mag-guide ka pagdating ng panahon na kailangan na gusto mo nang sumama dun sa net metering program. So they can do that for you. Maybe if we can find some time, you can interview on your end para mas extensive yung magiging discussions ninyo because iba yung requirements for solar panel installation and eventually when you want to export it.
Yeah. How about Manong Jo, yung success rate nito yung mga big companies na meron sila mga generators na ini-encourage ng Meralco to use those power generators during peak demand.
Those are only encouraged during the time of yellow alert status. Pagka ganito naman na okay yung supply natin, nasa white alert status naman tayo, there really is no need to do that. That is just a stopgap measure. It's a last resort in the event that the demand is seen to outstrip supply. That's the only time this program kicks in. Other than that, it's really just an insurance. Yung mga kasama sa programa, matatap mo in case kailanganin. And I think we have the loading capacity. Memory serves around 500 megawatts of the loading capacity. Ibig sabihin ito yung supply na maaari nating hindi nila muna gagamitin at maaari natin ipamahagi dun sa mga households. So nga sinabi ko sa iyo kanina, karamihan naman ng households, particularly the residential areas, don't have their own generators sets unless of course you live in a condo. They have these condominiums have their own generator sets to power their elevators, their air conditioning units, and whatever it is that they need, yung community lights, no? But most don't have that,
Yeah. Pero
especially residential areas.
sabi mo kanina, 'di ba? Marami naman tayong problema sa ngayon sa supply. So we're not expecting yellow alert anytime. Nasa white alert naman tayo
Well,
ngayon.
none that I know of. So I think
So,
it's something we can skip already,
Yeah.
Komfie, in
Yeah.
terms of the discussion,
Oo.
kasi wala naman tayong so far,
Oo.
thank God, wala naman
Thank
tayong
God,
restrict.
So, sabi mo rin kanina, yung management ng kuryente is shared responsibilities. So, ano yung mga tips ng Meralco sa ating mga consumers para mapagaan yung kanang consumption ng kuryente ngayong mga buwan na darating?
Well, I just like to reiterate what I said earlier, that consumption can increase anywhere between 10 to 40% during the summer months, particularly in May, when the peak demand is expected to occur. And the surrounding heat increases the consumption of cooling appliances, particularly air cons, refrigerators, freezers, whose machines or compressors work doubly hard to achieve their target temperature. So meron kasi mga set na target yan. Just like any machine, there is a point of reference wherein they operate optimally. Pero kung mainit yung temperatura, talagang mahihirapan yan ma-attain yung level na dinesign siya para doon, dahil very dependent din siya dun sa outside temperature. And we tend to use these appliances more often as compared to months that are cooler and in a longer duration. So unang-una siguro mabibigay kong tip. For air conditioning units, siguraduhin niyo yung filter are clean. I think best is to do this. Kung kaya mo weekly, di gawin mo weekly. Hindi naman, busy ka every 2 weeks. Tapos yung pag-set ng temperatura to 25 degrees instead of 18 degrees, yung 7 degrees na difference na yan, malaking bagay na yun in terms of savings that may be derived from your usage. Kasi although 25 degrees, there is an argument there na hindi naman siya ganun kalamig. Oo, yeah, I agree. Pero yung klima naman na 25, komportable na rin.
Yeah,
Hindi naman yung maghihirap ka na sa init. Pero yung bulsa mo naman ang makikinabang doon because when your bill comes to your household, then makikita mo naman talagang merong savings ka. No? And studies based on our Meralco Power Lab have shown that this optimal temperature for comfort and in cooling time as well can save you up to 1,000 pesos a month. So sayang din.
Yeah.
Tapos pwede rin set mo yung aircon timer mo an hour earlier, switch to a fan. Mag-install ka na siguro ng mga blinds, mga cortina to block the heat from going inside your home. Sa refrigerators naman, siguraduhin mo, number 1, kung sinasabi, nangyari sa akin to tataka ako ba't ang taas-taas ng bill ko. Yung pala yung gasket ng ref ko. And medyo luma na at the time when I was newly married. May tagas na pala. So pag ginanon mo yung kamay mo doon sa may gasket, mararamdaman mo cold air escaping. So make sure your refrigerator is in good working condition. Kung luma na, masiguro lang na maayos yung kompresor. Nakalapat yung gasket. Huwag mong punuin masyado kasi hindi magsisirculate yung cold air. Ngayon, paano malalaman na sira na yung gasket mo? Mag-insert ka ng paper in between the seal and the fridge. Pag walang resistance, malamang sa hindi, sira na yan. Kung may resistance, that part of the seal is still working. So, in terms of the capacity, mga 67% full o 70% full yung ref mo. Mid-setting lang for optimal energy savings. Kung pwede, layo mo dun sa direct sunlight kasi yung heat, as I mentioned, yung outside temperature has an impact on the compressor. Electric fans, ito medyo marami rin siguro guilty dito. Clean your fan blades every week or every 2 weeks to ensure that they're running efficiently. Maglagay ka lang ng fan na setting that best suits your home setup. Based on test, different types of fans have different costs to use. Stand fan, industrial fan, bladeless fan. So, nasa sayo na yung kung anong gusto mo. Yung, obviously, yung industrial fan, yun, malaki siya. Although kung kaya mo mag-industrial fan, hindi gusto mag-aircon, nasa sayo din yun. So, it's really up to us. For other appliances, there are tips that you can access in terms of information. Nandiyan naman yung aming website. Plug ko na, www.meralco.com.ph. We are on Facebook. We are also on Twitter. We are trying to be in the social media space given the behavior now of many of our consumers. So we're trying our best to reach out to all our customers in our various communication platforms. Plug ko na rin yung my own official Manong Joe page, Komfie. If you can ask your viewers and all our friends from the Daily Tribune to follow that Facebook page. Dahil dyan ko nilalabas yung mga official na statements ko and hopefully maging useful sa kanila lahat.
Yeah. Actually, guilty ako dyan on two counts yung sa paglilinis ng filter ng aircon at ng electric fan. So, kailangan na ng cleaning din ng, ng aircon and fan. So, Manong Joe, ulitin lang natin yung for mo, sa ating mga manonood at readers ng ating newspaper. Ano ulit, for more tipid kuryente tips, saan sila ulit pwedeng pumunta para sa kanang kaalaman?
www.meralco.com.ph. Ulitin ko, www.meralco.com.ph. We are also on Facebook and we are also on Twitter. Pati yung mga maintenance schedules namin nandiyan pala. Sa website, sa Facebook pages namin at saka sa Twitter. We're on social media. I am on social media. You can access me. We are pushing in terms of digital. As you know, even I think DT the Tribune is pushing in terms of digital. So there we are now in terms of our communication efforts. Patuloy naman tayong makikipag-ugnayan sa mga customers natin. We do that every month through our Meralco Advisory, which I think is on its 11th year na. Ng July. So I think it's the longest running infomercial program which I was privileged to be part of. We conceptualized it actually to be able to reach out to our customers.
And of course, yung ipag-na ulit natin yung inyong Facebook page na Manong Joe kung saan makakakuha ating mga Facebook users ng more kuryente tipid tips.
Yes, sir. Oo. Kung pa pwede po nilang sundan yon, just follow and like the page. I would really be honored and I would appreciate every support that the Daily Tribune can provide. Thank you, Komfie.
Okay. Maraming salamat, Manong Joe, at maraming salamat ulit sa Meralco sa kanilang almost 1 peso na electricity rate decrease ngayong Abril. At maraming salamat po sa mga tips na ibinigay sa atin ni Manong Joe kung saan pa paano tayo makakatipid lalo pa ng ating paggamit ng kuryente. Una-una na diyan, linisin po natin ating mga air conditioning unit, yung filters. Linisin din natin ang ating mga blades ng electric fan at i-manage natin yung paggamit ng ating mga cooling appliances. At maraming salamat po sa assurance ng ating mula sa Meralco na wala po tayong problema sa supply ng kuryente ngayong summer months. So makasisiguro po tayo na dire-diretso ang serbisyo ng Meralco itong buong summer months. At sana Manong Joe, sana magtuloy-tuloy pa yung pagbaba ng kuryente na sa mga
Well,
dating pangbuwan.
Alam mo, Komfie, yan din ang gusto namin eh. Unfortunately, there are situations sometimes that occur on the ground. But much as we want power rates to continue to go down every month, it's just not really sustainable. Movement talaga niya depends on so many factors. That's generation charge at transmission cost. In terms of the generation charge, we know that they're dependent on forex, on fuel cost. Ang daming factors that
maraming
come
factor
into play.
yan.
So kami, the best we can do really is to explain it.
So again, Manong Joe, maraming salamat po sa inyong oras na ibinigay sa amin.
Thank you.
And mga katribu, maraming salamat po ulit sa inyong pagsubaybay sa Business Sense. And this has been Komfie Manalo.